guys, it's Ashley again. I'm here today to talk a little bit about Xyrem. So this is my narcolepsy channel specifically, or at least that's what it is for now. And I wanted to make that video because I have decided to go off of Xyrem. I have taken Xyrem for almost 10 years now, on and off, mostly on. And usually I only go off of Xyrem if I run out or if I, for some reason can't take it. But this time I've decided to go off of it because of all the side effects. So unfortunately, there's a lot of freaking side effects. Am I right? I've got this whole list here and there's 20 of them. It's kind of sad because sometimes medications can cause symptoms of other illnesses as well, and it can even make narcolepsy worse. I'm actually feeling so much better off of Xyrem, but I'm using Vistrol or hydroxyzine to sleep at night now. I use 50 to 100 milligrams of that every night, and then I sleep pretty good. I've also actually been prescribed medical cannabis, which I was prescribed for narcolepsy and PTSD and back pain. So that's something new for Utah. It's new for a lot of states, and that I take just at night. I just use a gummy that I take just at night, and hydroxyzine, and that's the perfect thing I've discovered for me, and it helps keep me asleep. Now back to being off Xyrem. So the bad thing about not taking Xyrem for me is I have to sleep a lot longer. So I've been having to sleep what was I thinking? What was I saying? I'm sleeping 12 hours every night, and usually I'd only have to sleep 8 or less, and that's a big difference for me, obviously. But yeah, also I'm not taking modafinil either. So usually I would take Xyrem, modafinil, and Adderall, and that worked pretty good for me for a while, for a couple of years or so. But I just started having problems with the side effects of Xyrem. So this is a whole list, or at least a partial list. Let's see. It can cause bedwetting at first. It can cause headaches, dizziness. I had so much dizziness with it. It can make you feel drunk. I'm sure you guys have felt that before, if you take it, that is. And it can also cause problems with your limbs, shaking part of your body, or having a hard time moving. It says difficulty moving when sleeping or upon wakening, which sounds like a symptom of narcolepsy in general. Isn't that just sleep paralysis? I would add in content here, but I don't feel like editing videos. It sounds like too much work. Yeah, and then it can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach problems, weakness. I felt my cataplexy was worse on Xyrem, at least at times. I felt my excessive daytime sleepiness was worse, and it kind of made me unmotivated and depressed a little bit. But it can also cause anxiety, sleepwalking. I had issues with sleepwalking. I don't want to get into it, but let's just say if you're having severe problems with sleepwalking, it might not be worth it to take Xyrem, but it might be. That's something you need to decide on your own, or not on your own. You need to decide that for yourself. Don't just not take it because I'm not, obviously. I'm not some role model narcolepsy person, but anyway, yeah, there can even be memory problems and confusion, changes in weight and appetite. I gained almost 100 pounds on Xyrem. I would just always want to eat, at night mostly. So I would sleepwalk and try to go get food in my kitchen, and I'd order food late when I usually wouldn't order food. So it kind of got me into some problems with affording food, because I'd buy fancy food on my Xyrem. Other people shop on Xyrem sometimes too, And I don't know who else has had problems with the food part of it, but that for me has been a big problem. Yeah, there's just like a lot of other problems. It can even cause hallucinations, like seeing and hearing things that aren't there. I mean, that could just be a correlation because people who take Xyrem obviously have hallucinations. If they're falling asleep or waking up and having a hallucination, it's part of narcolepsy. But if sleep isn't a problem for someone, then it could be a sign of a different mental health problem. I have studied mental health, so I could talk a bit about that if you guys want. I'm actually trying to write a book right now on schizophrenia and paranoia and misdiagnosis of those. A lot of people with narcolepsy are misdiagnosed with having schizophrenia, or sometimes they think that they have it until they're diagnosed with narcolepsy. So it's really important that you consider like both your sleep quantity and quality. Yeah, if you're not sleeping well or long enough, it's possible you're having those when you're falling asleep or waking up, or that you're falling into sleep during the day and aren't even realizing it. So that's very important. Make sure you get your sleep good. Make sure you're getting enough food, because if you're not eating, then you're going to be tired and sluggish and have brain fog, and those are symptoms of narcolepsy too. So I feel a lot better when I'm eating small meals throughout the day. So the only medicine I'm taking for narcolepsy is technically Adderall now, which I guess I'm taking like up to 40 milligrams a day, but it depends on the day. I also always have coffee. I'm not trying to like advocate for having caffeine and Adderall, but if you have narcolepsy, sometimes it might feel like you need to do both. I love Starbucks and I love beans and brew, so those are like my favorite. But yeah, I hope you guys find this video helpful on Xyrem. I've been off of it for about a month now, and I just feel a lot more grounded and better overall. Just a little bit less sluggish, but I've said that before when I was on and off Xyrem, so it's hard to say because that's part of narcolepsy. But anyway, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.